When I was very young, I used to have really terrible nightmares. And I also had a horribly vivid imagination and had a hard time falling asleep. And the only thing that would really comfort me was imagining dancers. There was something about music and movement and watching it happen that gave me a sense of calmness. I'm Dominic Walsh, and I dance because dance chose me. You know, I'm about to start this marathon, and I need to just keep pushing through. And there's going to be all sorts of snags along the way, and distractions, and frustrations, and moments of gratification. But my biggest concern is that I always want to finish a program knowing that we really did everything we could do to make it great. I definitely think I'm here to give it importance, if I can.
Dance makes me feel alive, like nothing else.
But dance is the only thing where I feel fine. Like everything's okay. Like I have everything under control. I don't know what I'd do without it.
It's so natural for me to be on stage and to dance. I think it's like something that is in the DNA.
I just love to move. I love to perform for people, and it's just grown and grown and grown to where it's just become my life.
I've always done it because I have this big passion for it. It lets me be free.
These three pieces all represent a different element of Italy that have been very influential for me as a person and as an artist and as a director and as a choreographer.
Made in Italy is the culmination of our 5th season and will tell us a lot about the future and next season and how successful we're going to be.
We are the professional contemporary ballet company in Houston, and I think that we are still trying to find the magic bullet that's going to make people come back show after show after show. It's very frustrating. I mean, we want a consistent audience.
Well, the most obvious challenge for me at this point is my knee and my knee injury and whether or not I'll be able to perform. Last Thursday, I subluxed my patella in rehearsal of Dolcemente. Sometimes you can dance on it, sometimes you can't. And right now I'm very iffy up and down. One day it's okay, and then it starts to get better. And the next day I can't put a lot of weight on it.
The work that it's taken to get to this point in the show has been a lot. 6 weeks of so many hours, and even at night when you go home, there's a lot of preparation and work because the pieces are so different.
It's not so much for me to create a company or for, you know, these particular dancers to get to dance. It's we're all in it together to try to uphold the integrity of contemporary philosophies of ballet while upholding the integrity of the traditional ballet. And head right over your hand, guys. I think one of my greatest fears is that the work goes on stage unrecognized or unappreciated.
You have to know that all of your work has been done. Your mind just has to be clear and focused on what you do right now, and anything that's happened before has to leave, and you just go to your space when you're on the stage and just let the artistry and the hard work all pay off just right then, and just let yourself dance.
7, 8. Right now I'm watching more than just the dancers. Do you think you got something?
Yes.
Sense tension. I'm looking at the light design.
Anything else, Tom?
I'm looking to see if the cues are called well. And then thirdly, I'm probably looking at the dancers and making sure their work is good. First track and the last track, too loud. Especially first track, should be like a whisper. Last track can sort of evolve to a decent place, but I like it quiet. The voices could have come up a little.
Okay. All right.
Well, right now it looks like there's still some light cues that need to be fixed.
It's not just walking into the theater and turning on the overhead lights. Then we could dance in your kitchen.
Channels 26 plus 27, plus 31 plus 32 at 50.
It's a creative design process with lots and lots of choices. I make lots and lots of choices to support all the choices the choreographer has made.
We're going to have to find some time to have another rehearsal, do it over and over and over again until it's ready to go. That stuff should be taken care of by now, but, I'm doing the best I can, I guess. Lucia Geppi is here to stage Pression, and it's the United States premiere. She was the assistant director of Arciballetto and of Mauro Briganzetti, who's the choreographer of Pression. So she is here for 2 weeks, and her husband, Emiliano, also came with her, and she has been fantastic to work with.
I think that Dominic is a really big dreamer, which is his job as the artistic director of this company. It's his job to come up with the big and beautiful ideas, and other people's jobs to try to make those dreams as real as possible. The stage manager's job during the show is to run the show. I'm in charge of telling them when to bring the curtain out, when to call the next lighting cue.
Standby 217 and soundtrack 3.
Which sounds very austere, and it actually is, it's kind of a science.
217, go.
My knee is killing me, my calf is killing me, but I'm more worried about the other people. Andrea's knee is all messed up, so we don't know what's going to go on with that. Maybe we can get Dr. Warner to come to us.
Yeah.
It might be easier than all of us going to visit him. He's helped me a lot before shows. We had someone else go in for Dolcemente. We had Lindsay go into her spot with like 2 minutes of rehearsal. And I remembered the 2 little notes from your solo.
Okay, thank you.
The first one, really go for your jump in the ensemble. She's super bright, so it was fine, but it's just with a small group like this, one person's out and it's, it's almost show pending. Yeah, keeping all that, yeah. So you're always eating up space. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be a useful tech rehearsal. It should be the same momentum of a chasse coupé jeté, like don't stop, but use the chasse coupé fouetté. Yeah. We don't have a cover sitting in the wing waiting to go on, It's not that kind of a company. So we would have to adjust some sections and balance out sections and respace things, and then we wouldn't have a stage rehearsal. Just use this for the spacing, for the music. Yep, all of that. Even the face, fake it, baby. Just fake it. I just have to plan like everything's gonna be fine, and if it's not, I'll deal with it then. But I can't think about it too much.
I love to work. As a person, I never stop moving, even at home. I'm always busy doing something. Give me a few days off and I'm ready just to get back into class. I love taking class, but the payoff of all the work is being in front of people and touching them in many, many different ways.
It's a long day. We'd started at 10, went class in the morning, rehearsal at the studio, came over to the theater. Body starts to hurt. We have a really hard stage. Like your lower back starts to hurt, all your joints.
I've been there. I've had knee surgery on both my knees, and it's tough when it happens so close to a show.
I think we all have a kind of high threshold for pain. Since the age of 12, you start with like one of your first injuries, and you just deal with it. And how you work through it is you just take care of it. You ice it. You do your exercises. You go to the doctor. You get treated. You work your way through the pain. And you just think about, okay, I hope I have enough energy for tomorrow, that I hope, I sleep well tonight. And of course, I'm thinking I gotta go home and soak in Epsom salt and ice my knee. It's easy to be negative because I've had knee injuries in the past, and I know what it's cost me before, and I know what it's taken me out of. So naturally, when it first happened, I assumed, I'm gonna have to have surgery. But it wasn't the case. So ever since that day when it really responded well, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fine. I'm good.
You're never going to be perfect as a dancer. That's part of the reason why I do this, is you strive for that success and that perfection. if it was perfect, I'd retire. You know, I'd quit, move on to the next thing, try to be successful in something else.
So it goes 1, 2, spot 3, spot 4, yeah? Pizza, 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 yeah. Okay, it can't be any different speed than that. I'd like to do pizza again.
It's an amazing thing because you only have a certain amount of years to do the best you can and put out your best work.
Good, big.
It's like a basketball player in his prime. He needs to put out his best work while he's young.
Sharp.
Before his knees go or whatever it might be.
So we'll still have class at 11, and then we'll have a totally different schedule tomorrow. Probably a tech from 3 to 5, but probably notes before that. So just come in for 11 o'clock class and just be flexible. I'm feeling a little frustrated with the lack of preparation for the show. Still, I feel like there's a little bit of a lack of focus from, a couple of the dancers. And we should really be beyond that at this point as well. I'm just really, really tired. But even the pizza one is very dim because there's more light.
But you can tell what
my body hurts.
And when it first starts, it's really clear.
The stage is very hard, and so everyone's injured, and everyone's injuries are acting up. Okay. Thanks, everyone, very much.
See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you. And that also creates tension and frustration for everybody.
Okay, bye.
No one wants to feel that. It's nerve-wracking to feel that you don't trust your body and you're about to go on stage. That is not a sprung floor. That is a kitchen floor. I would rather jump on this.
Yeah, no.
Any dancer that's injured
Yeah.
should never come to class 30 seconds before class. Period. I understand it's a painful job. I know. I just have to pray that on opening night, everyone's going to decide miraculously that, they're going to pull it together. And I have to be careful because sometimes I don't know when to stop pushing. Sometimes I don't know when to give up. I don't always know how to balance it. And that in itself is stressful. To say, I'm not balancing this well, and my partner is frustrated. 219 tickets for Thursday. 131 for Friday, 151 for Saturday. A little bit lame. We had to wake up early, and I went to bed very late. But I'm feeling positive. I want to feel positive today, and I want to give my dancers positive energy today. You have a ticket update?
Yes.
Any better?
250 for tonight.
What was it yesterday, 2:30?
2:30.
Lee was the number 2 person of development over at the Museum of Fine Arts. Oh, the whole orchestra sold out. Mm-hmm. I think she worked there for 10 years. We thought that her experience and knowing the important people in the city was going to be a great asset for us.
We do, yes.
And it's proven to be so much more. I mean, she's really, really invested in the company, and she's not afraid to get her hands dirty in whatever needs to be done.
I got some rest last night, and I'm ready to go. I thought about all my stuff and my counts, and I'm ready. It's going to be a good day.
Toes. I didn't know I was going to be tired. I tried to get as much sleep as I could when I just feel like, I'm exhausted. I can't do anything. It's showtime. The energy wasn't there.
Every single part of my body hurts. My joints hurt a lot.
Bounce.
I am trying to be mentally stronger than my body, getting through pain by drinking lots of water, taking some vitamin, just being very aware of the pain, but not really dramatize about it.
Let's initiate from the back of your leg, pushing up. I still see this.
Class for me is just very sacred. It gets me awake, it gets everything ticking and going, and it prepares me a lot for the evening.
I'm hoping it's not too hard so I don't get worn out, because Domenico can give a pretty hard class, but at the same time he knows what to do to get your body warm in the right way.
Stay there slowly.
I don't want to let anyone down, number one, you know, because I feel like I'd be letting down my fellow dancers. I know that they wouldn't feel that way. They'd totally be supportive. And then also Dominic, you know, it's the premiere. Don't want to let him down. But then also I have to be so smart about my body. Not like I'm old, but at 32, you have to be more intelligent about the decisions you make with your body. And then for myself also, I don't want to not dance, all this work.
If there's things you can't do in Funukuli or pizza, we just have to assess and see how much you can't do and see if you need to be taken out of the whole thing and we have to respace, or if we can modify.
My only concern is pizza, because that's
Pizza.
the one where it's,
Yeah.
you gotta dance, you can't like...
Right.
Can you guys see? See how you're a little out of the light?
okay.
Lindsay's
It's
good.
lower, right?
And I think it's not too far out, maybe?
We're taking a straight.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8.
I came from a background where we did major class every day, 2 to 3 hours of rehearsal in the afternoon of either that program or the next program, and then perform that night.
If you put your head in front or equal with the wall, you'll be in shadow.
Sometimes we were working on 10 ballets at the same time, and a tour, you know, so I come from that background. I think that you want to be as strong as you can be. I'm seeing a lot of things that need to be fixed before tonight. So I'm just trying to use my time as wisely as possible and get all that information out and make sure they understand.
Yeah, don't make it jazzy, okay? Don't get Janet Jackson on me. Just press. Yeah, that's enough. Good. It gets a little easy there, and it needs to build. The section needs to keep building with each new... What happens? We go here, here, here. Okay, and... You know what I mean? You have to be running for your life, and it still looks like a step. Go, run, 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 run. That's it. Beautiful. Now this has to be absolutely...
Notes are accurate usually.
Yeah, no extra hops, no extra... No, yeah.
I've never felt like he's telling me something that I'm doing already.
That was much better done. 1, hold 2, up,
Giving
3.
notes or giving corrections or encouragement or cracking the whip, all those things are 98% philosophy.
7, 8. Sometimes you guys, I feel like you get late on the spore, and then we're late here, and it has a different thing, yeah?
It's all about how do you get the most out of them, keep them encouraged, but make sure they understand it's a priority and they must do their best to get this right. And, you know, I'm still very young at that job.
And if you can, I know you're doing an awesome job, sorry. If you can really flick this arm on 3, hold 4, 5.
I like getting notes.
It's just a nice phrasing thing because the music's very sentimental, so I'm trying to find more and more sharp.
It makes me feel like my work is noticed and I know what I can do better and I know what needs work still, and that helps me focus.
Beautiful. And then you can just go. And under and over.
Dominic,
and
he sees everything.
Stretch your neck. That's it. There's a lift at the end, not a drop at the end. And freeze. Yeah, no. Okay? And
He really knows when you're faking it and not going all the way through with it.
So it needs to have the focus at the end. Do rond, and then just lift front to that arabesque.
Notes are good. You know, even when you get the same one over and over. It's just a good reminder that that's not happening yet.
After this promenade, second.
6 weeks into this, you just want to do your thing. It's like going to an art gallery and already having all your paintings done and just seeing people look at your stuff. You don't have to go there and touch things up, you know what I mean? It's really hard in dance. You do have to do that. You have to go and touch things up.
It could be a little more circular, you know, like it's circular, you know, so that you keep the idea of the whole aura, the shape of the movement. Okay, beautiful. And then, exactly. And then you guys stepping back is what pulls his leg up. So you're all working as a unit. At the end here, when he takes you away, you have to be surprised. Yeah.
She wanted to just wait and just do the class tonight and then do the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, whatever we do this afternoon is what we do tonight.
Right.
You know, I mean, I understand wanting to save yourself and be smart, and that's true, but it also can't be a mess. It's just very difficult timing with, you know, all of this. This job, it's 10% talent. No more than 10% talent. The other 90 is all hard work.
I'm really tired right now, and I'm going to need to pace myself so that I have something left to give tonight for the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, please report to the stage for Dolcemente.
Going into this rehearsal, I really am just trying to clear my mind and bring myself to a very present place. It would be very easy to, you know, kind of lose yourself in the beauty of the movement or the music itself, and that would be very dangerous for me.
Standing by for 1:15.
About a week ago, my right knee kind of went. So now, you know, they're kind of trying to balance out the stress, and so I'm not really trusting my body 100% right now.
Warning for track 3.
And we moved into the theater 2 days ago. The floor here is incredibly hard, and we have a very nice floor. I did a lot of research before we put our floor in our studio, and it's a very well done sprung floor, which is fantastic while we're there, but then when we come to a stage like this that's this hard, it's a big shock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be starting again in 4 minutes.
There are moments where I'm very excited about it and I really know this is something that I should be doing right now, and other moments where, you know, it honestly feels like it's not worth it. I mean, I know it's taking its toll on me. I know it is. I can feel the anxiety in my chest, and I mean, it can't be healthy. Just take your time. We don't really have the resources, and I'm not willing to be a garage band, you know? Do we have 30 seconds to do the placing for pizza? We have a missing person, and...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the relationship between you all should be the same. Okay, just do the pizza phrase, please, because we're going to get kicked off the stage in like 3 seconds.
This opening day was especially intense because we were behind technically. So we didn't have a run-through with full lights until hours before we opened.
Okay, thanks, everyone. Class at 6.
I like taking one class the day of the show, but not 2. My whole life, I've only taken 1 class before a show, always.
It feels like 3 days in one, with class and rehearsal and class and rehearsal, class and a show. But somehow class helps me reset my brain and reset my body.
A little faster here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And just start over and realign, feel what I need, so that I can do the next rehearsal or show.
I love Dominic's work. I love the people that he calls around him. Everyone's heart is in this company because they know he's got something new to offer the dance community. I love his work, and I love him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at half hour. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at half hour.
I know that there's a special night about to happen. It's more excitement and ready to show what we've been doing and what we've been preparing for, and ready to get a reaction from the audience.
I never thought I'd be involved with something as exciting as this ever in my entire life. I could not have ever guessed that I would be working with Dominic Walsh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the house is now open for seating.
At that moment right before the show, there's not much else I can do. I just have to take care of me, really, at that moment. And that's the easiest part. I mean, being on stage, it's my time off. I can't do anything else at that point. You know, I just have to worry about me, one person. I mean, that's easy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 15 minutes until the show. 15 minutes until the show.
It feels like there's a golf ball behind my knee, and there's knots all up and down my calf, and both sides of my ankle are hurting, and my hamstring is hurting as well. there's so much tension back there. I feel like something could kind of pop. But I also know that I've been on stage in much worse condition. So in a weird way, that gives me a sense of calmness or a sense of security.
107 and 106 through door number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 5-minute call to places.
That's a hell of a lot of work. A lot of people don't know what goes into it and what we go through to get it on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, please report to the stage for Dolcemente. Please report to the stage for Dolcemente.
And then we make it look, I think, easy and fun and effortless, and that's the point.
I felt like it was important that we just all gather together and just exchange some really positive energy between us. All right, thanks for all your work, guys. Beautiful work. Support each other, love each other, give each other lots of good energy. Yeah, send it to their knees or their hips or wherever it needs to go. All right, thanks for all your work. It's been a hard program, but we're stepping it up. And y'all look awesome, and I appreciate the work, the dedication to the company.
Dancers, can we have places, please, for the top of the show?
All of our dancers adore each other.
There is a minor casting change for this evening. Andrea Shelley will not be dancing Dolcemente.
We actually are very lucky in that way that everyone's very cool and very generous, and people enjoy each other.
Standing by for Q100 and music track 1. Drape out, go. Sound 100 and music track 1, go.
Right before I hit the stage, there's just such a peace and happiness when I feel the lights and the music, and I know that's coming. It's very magical.
It's all up to you. I mean, it's inside. It's just beautiful. It's not about money. It's not about fame. It's just the joy of it.
I'm ecstatic. I'm really happy to be here. I feel confident that I'm in the right place and that I'm going to do a nice job and make some people happy with my dancing.
Anything that you put your heart and soul into is a spiritual event. You put everything you know or everything you believe in into that. So dance is definitely that. We're going there and we kind of pray in our own way.
It's important for a dancer to know that you're never at that point where you can relax. It's never going to be perfect, but you still have to try.
Dance is my voice. I'm trained in this art form to be able to express myself in different ways, and I just feel lucky that I get to say what I need to say without having to use words.
The moment that I'm dancing, I feel that's gonna be the last time I'm gonna dance, because you never know what's gonna happen. So coming on stage right now, I feel, wow, you're doing it again, and you're very lucky.
The 6-week process was worrying about, is it going to be at the standard it needs to be at? Of course, I hope they enjoy it, but I also feel like I have a much bigger mission. It's to bring contemporary philosophies of dance to the stage. And that part, I know that I've done.